Yo, what's going on, guys? And today we'll be talking about a report coming from my colleague at hoopshype.com, link in the description, Michael Scotto. And what it is that Warriors GM Mike Dunleavy Jr. acquiring Jimmy Butler. Quote, "The signals it's time to win. No fucking around." End quote. I want to hear your thoughts down below in the comment section. What do you guys think of this report? As I thought it was a rather interesting one. As you guys see right here, there's that quote that he told to Hoopshype while explaining that whatever happens this season thus far, where we've had some tough losses and our record isn't what it needs to be, the signal, it's time to win and no effing around. We'll see where we can get to. End quote. Now, interesting words. Like, comment, subscribe for more content like this. It'll mean a ton. The other quote he told Hoopshype was that the talent level that was needed to bring the roster to the top, the presence, the competitiveness, the IQ, all of those things are needed in the big moments, and it raises the levels of their players, not just their role players, but Steph and Draymond. And now that they have another guy, it looks and feels that way, which I think is a huge testament to how this team is operating. And one that since acquiring Jimmy Butler, they're 13-1. He's played and ranked third in team defense, 108.7, and their offensive rating is 121.5 since February 8th per NBA.com. The move, ooh, my light went out. I don't know if you guys noticed that. 1 second. It's returned. And this is a team that now, besides their cornerstones of Draymond Green and Curry, and the rest of the roster that has been pumping on all, or firing on all cylinders, is crediting Jimmy Butler for that. Dunleavy, being a former teammate of Jimmy Butler with Chicago, gave him the level of comfort in making the blockbuster deal and signing him to that 2-year, $111 million deal. According to Steve Kerr, the arrival of Jimmy Butler is comparable to former Warriors swingman who went on to become a 4-time NBA champion and a Finals MVP, and recently had his jersey retired by the organization, aka Andre Iguodala. Quote, "Things have clearly churned with Butler. He's a great compliment to what we already do with his ability to pass, but what he's adding is that maturity and poise. We've made the Andre Iguodala comparison. He's not the exact same player, but he has the same influence reading what's happening, settling us down, and creating good positions at both ends." End quote. Since joining the Warriors, Butler has averaged almost 17 points, 6 assists, just under 6 rebounds, and 1.3 steals per game. Quote, "Credit to Mike Dunleavy for making the move, and Joe Lacob and Peter Guber for co-signing to make the big commitment to someone like that. It's definitely a change of who we are as a team for sure." And that's always a great thing to hear from one of your leaders within the organization, that being obviously Mr. Draymond Green. And I think the Warriors have done a really good job of fostering this new brand. What is that? Quinn posted his arrival as a stretch big, similar to what they used to have with Maurice Spites, David West, even years past when they won the championship with Bjelica, Nemanja Bjelica. And now Green, Butler, Quinn Post, Curry, Moody was the lineup they ran against the Kings in this game. Buddy Hield and Jonathan Kuminga are their Lightning and Thunder six-mans. Buddy's going to rain threes. Jonathan Kuminga is going to play this transition, aggressive, downhill style, especially in the half court. Guy Santos is a Swiss Army knife, not six-man, but rotational role player who can start if needed. He'll grab rebounds. He'll defend 1 through 3, even some 4s. He'll be able to be a connector and do some hockey assists. Then Kevon Looney now being a reserve big. And the team's so good that Trayce Jackson-Davis is kind of been put in this role where he's not asked to do as much because there's so many better players playing in front of him. And I think that's a testament to how good this team is with their depth. I think that's become very evident. I I wonder if this team, what is my biggest concern? Curry and Butler are both going to be the main scorers. There's a lot of scoring on this team. There's still Gary Payton out there, and I think they have so many different lineups that they can run depending on their matchups. My biggest concern, as always, is going to be what will Golden State do? Or how can Golden State be able to match up against the Timberwolves, the Suns, and the Thunder, where Lou Dort, Alex Caruso, Jaden McDaniels, who else did I say the Suns, the Thunder, the Timberwolves, the Nuggets. I don't know why I said the Suns if I did. The Nuggets, you even have like Christian Brown, Peyton Watson, Aaron Gordon, some nights Michael Porter Jr. And I think that's the biggest question I have for this squad. Is that going to be enough? And that's, I think, a reasonable question, because this is a team that should have championship aspirations, but I think there are tests. And I'm not going to say the Kings tonight gave them a test, but this run that they're on is showing that maybe there isn't a need for that concern, as the whole unit is able to play. And I think that's kind of the thing that they had last time with Kuminga and Hield being the co-six mans. That kind of plays the Jordan Poole role. Butler is the Wiggins, and they have the front court rotation. Curry's there. You could say there is still kind of a hole in that shooting guard position that Clay used to man, but I think it's a lot less pressing than it had been in years past since they had won that championship. And I think they were able to give them more depth instead of losing depth when acquiring a player of this caliber. So I think that's the biggest thing for them, is the realization that this is a squad that they were able to bring in one. I guess they were doing subtraction by addition, or addition by subtraction, because they lost, one might say, multiple players that you would normally think would impact their chances to win. But it actually made this roster more cohesive, because in the beginning of the year, can we all agree, we were all complaining that they were running too many different lineups, and people were questioning Steve Kerr's coaching as a result. And I think this has kind of quieted any qualms people had about it, rightfully so. But that's definitely my thoughts on that one. And I want to hear your guys' opinion in the comment section. What do you guys expect? Till next time, guys. Peace out.